The question is, why do I still suffer what I've been calling fibromyalgia? The answer is I am connected to the collective consciousness on planet Earth, which is going through a great cleansing right now. And because I am a Reiki person, I have been involved with Reiki for many years. Um, Reiki is working directly, instead of working on people to heal individual people, Reiki is working on the collective of all the humanity. And what I'm given to tell you is you can't help me get rid of what I'm calling fibromyalgia with drugs, with vitamins, with supplements. It is because I am part of the Reiki process, and it is just the way it is. What else can you do to confirm this? There are a lot of informations that are going on YouTube. You can look at anything to do in a search for Earth Ascension, um, clearing energy. Those would probably be the best search terms. Um, for people who don't understand what's going on, these particular processes they're energetic. And if you're not part of the clearing, it's going to sound cuckoo and nuts. It is, I don't know if you remember the old movies called The Matrix. The Matrix, there was several movies that were called The Matrix starring Keanu Reeves. And it has a lot to do with people who are not aware of the Matrix. The Matrix is basically people who are what they call not awake to the fact that we are living in a world that is poison. If you think of the number of, well, anytime you turn on the news and there's a mass shooting, or that's symptomatic. If you look at the number of people who are anxiety ridden, depressed, the number of people who have killed themselves, if you drive down the street and you see the number of crackheads, and it just goes on and on. People who are doing jobs that don't pay enough and they hate their jobs, but they're trying to hang on. These are all symptoms of a society that is poisoned. And this is the kind of society that the Matrix movies talk about. Many people are what they say plugged into the Matrix. They're going, la 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 la. Everything is fine. You know, the reason that you're having a bad time is because it's called blame the victim. Blame the victim. And if you are plugged into the Matrix, most likely when you hear these words, you're going to say, someone's watched the Matrix movie and it's gone to their head. These same people will drive by these problems. If you bring them up, they tune out. Do you know what I mean by tune out? It's like you bring up a problem, they tune out. Either they will change the subject, or they will turn around and start attacking you, personally attacking you, chewing you out, getting very angry at you. These kind of people are definitely plugged into the Matrix. It is like a form of brainwashing. So, anyway, if you are someone who is very energetically sensitive, empathic, if you can feel toxic energy just by entering a room where people have been fighting and you just feel sick, very sensitive, you just know, you look over at someone and you say, I don't want to go near them. They are not having a good day. I can just tell by looking at them. I'm picking up my like vibes. If you're like that, you know that there is energy, toxic energy, and our world is run by toxic energy. So, um, you know the toxic energy feeling. It gets you down. When you're involved with it, it makes you sick. It makes you crazy because somebody will come and attack you when they're toxic. People who are drunk often get very aggressive and they are incoherent. I mean, in other words, you can't understand what they're saying. You know, they repeat themselves and they're not making any sense. And then they start doing what's called gaslighting you. Gaslighting is something that you might say a narcissist does. It's someone who goes on the attack and they will start being very vicious towards you. Viciousness is the nature of planet Earth, the human part of planet Earth. Vicious, vicious, vicious. And it's full of toxic, toxic energy and toxic people. I suffer because I am very acutely my body picks up toxic. And this is why I have got a chronic condition. Doctors usually don't really know what to do when people say, I've got these aches and pains all over my body. You know, they might give you some kind of painkillers, but they don't have a solution. It's an energetic problem. It's toxic energy. If you are going to ever understand why there is so much sickness among people, you're going to have to stop looking on the internet for vitamins and, pills. They're band-aids. The problem is with people. The problem is with people. We live in a filthy, disgusting society that cares little for people. It puts profits before people all the time. There is unbelievable amounts of corruption because of people chasing money. People will do anything for money. People don't do things for other people out of love. I cannot explain it any better than this. And if you are someone like me, very sensitive to all of this stuff, very awake and very aware, it's quite likely you're going to react to me. Quite likely, just by being in my presence, I'm either going to help you calm down or I'm going to make you viciously angry because it's in me. My vibration is very high. So, if you are going to align to my vibration, you are going to calm down and you're going to find me to be a very calming presence. But if you are not aligning to my high vibration, my high level of consciousness, my high level of agape love, you are going to look at me and treat me like the enemy because you are aligned with discord and destruction, evil, hate. If you hear what I'm saying to you about the pain body, which is, a lot what Eckhart Tolle talks about, the pain body is the Matrix. In the Matrix movies, the pain body is toxic, highly toxic energy. It is demonic energy. It is when people say demonic possession, that is what Eckhart Tolle says. It is the pain body is highly negative, toxic energy that comes and takes over human beings, so much so that they're not themselves. They become insane, viciously insane. And when they are viciously insane, they will attack you, they will attack everything. The ones who do incredible violent acts are possessed by demonic, low frequency energy of hate. And it makes them totally insane. So, in the end, there is no pill you can take. You cannot take any kind of pill that the medical system has. Somebody might say, well, maybe you could take medical marijuana. It doesn't cure toxic energy. It's kind of a cover up. It's like a band-aid. It's a band. All these drugs are band-aids. They do not cure the bad energy. The bad energy has to be processed by very awake and aware, high vibration people. And it is the hardest job on the planet. It is an unbelievably tough job, and you don't get paid a cent to do it. You don't. You don't get paid nothing to do this job. You don't get a thank you. You don't get nothing for doing this job. It's a dirty, filthy job, and someone's got to do it. And there's very few people on the planet who are carrying the load for uncounted billions of others who are not doing their fair share. So I do encourage you to go and look at Eckhart Tolle's videos on YouTube on the pain body. He's got all kinds of very good, he does it better than I do. Because when I do it, I don't like how I appear. I appear upset. Eckhart Tolle is far more advanced than I am. Okay? The reason he is so calm is that his vibration is, he's so much more advanced than I am. So, all I can do is recommend him to you. Because when you look at me, you see somebody who's in pain, somebody who doesn't look well, someone who looks tired, exhausted. Eckhart Tolle, if you look at him, he is vibrated out of this pain body stuff. When you see him, he is so calm, he is so peaceful, he looks rested. Um, he's an enlightened being. So if you look at yourself in the mirror sometimes and you look like me, and sometimes you got an edge to your voice, you're just tired and exhausted, and you think you've got fibromyalgia, you've got anxiety. I don't have an anxiety, but I've got physical aches and pains, and it outpictures because my body is not well with the toxicity. My mind works 24/7 to stay present and awake and aware by aligning to Eckhart Tolle. So, don't take my word for it. Go over to YouTube, look up Eckhart Tolle, listen to him. He's a better teacher of this stuff than I am. I'm just giving him an endorsement. And I'm telling you, it's very, very hard to process toxic energy because it gets done through your body. So when you raise your vibration, it's not an ego thing. It doesn't make you feel good. It brings up all kinds of toxic energy. It's a very, very constant thing. Toxic energy comes, you see it in the toxic energy, and it gets processed. It takes a lot of time because my vibration is not as high as Eckhart Tolle's. So I can't process it as fast as he can. How did he get to be at a higher vibration? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is you must align yourself with his teachings. And, it's very hard. It's climbing a big ladder out of toxicity. And quite often, well, from time to time, you might feel like, oh, I've escaped from this toxicity. And then you get another wave of it. And there are other energies that are coming into the planet. And they're supposed to be helping, but quite often they make things worse. They stir up the toxicity. They stir it up, and then it starts all over again. Who's sending this stuff? I don't know. It's on YouTube. People say it's all this energy coming in from God knows where. I don't know where they get their information, but it sounds true to me. Because when they say there's another wave of this stuff coming in, you can listen to things like Magenta Pixie or Lee Carroll do their energy updates. When they say stuff's coming in, I go, oh shit, not again. Because it doesn't seem to help. It stirs up toxic energy. It stirs it up and it makes it worse. I can't tell them, don't send it anymore. They do it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you want to take pills and go through all that rigmarole, you're going to get horrible side effects. And the drugs have horrible, horrible side effects. They're addictive. And then once you're on them, you can't get off them without being sick. And they're expensive. And you got to take a lot of time out of your day to go and see those fucking assholes that call themselves doctors that are not spiritual teachers. This is a spiritual place. And these fucking people that call themselves doctors are only prescribing these fucking pills because that's all they know. And they're paid very, very well. So they live a comfy lifestyle prescribing these fucking pills, and they have a huge lineup of people who are brainwashed into taking pills instead of going to the spiritual teacher and looking to see, how do I really deal with these issues? It's not physical body issues, it's spiritual issues, because this is a spiritual place. We are spirits in a material world. And it's a very sick spiritual place because we are brainwashed into believing lies. So if it doesn't resonate with you, what I'm saying, then go see your damn doctor. But don't tell me to go and see a fucking doctor, because the fucking doctors piss me off. I walk in there and I've got a bunch of things I need to talk to them about, and they look at me and they say, your time's up. Get out. You want a prescription? You go over there and you pay a fucking fortune for a bunch of stupid medicine that doesn't work. And the same jackasses, when you go to the health food store, they charge you ridiculous prices for supplements. You don't need these two kinds of people. These fucking people are nightmares. I'm sorry, I've been through their systems and I know it. I'm 54 years old. I've been on this planet plenty long time to know who's telling the truth and who are big fucking bullshitters. Good luck. You decide. And if you're feeling like I'm not resonating with you, I think you're trapped in the pain body. So go to Eckhart Tolle when you're not feeling the same way and see if you align with him, because he's a lot more peaceful than me. He's way more present than me. You just look at him and you say, I want to be like that guy. You don't want to be like me. Unfortunately, if you do align with me, quite likely you're going to go through a stage where you're like me. Tired, exhausted, processing toxic energy 24/7, and having fucking people coming up to you and giving you unsolicited advice. Thanks for watching.